All right, so this is me leaving the house. I sped it up because I think this part was a couple minutes, but I just wanted to show you my daily routine. I've already got my truck ready as far as making sure that my product was there, my backpacks were filled, and then this is me heading to my first stop. The great thing about today's route was it was 10 stops, all very close, within maybe a mile or so. And look, this is the furthest I had to drive other than having to go and get product from anywhere. And this one was only 4 minutes away, literally a couple blocks, so it was no big deal at all. And that's the name of the game, dense routes. Stay tuned. All right, hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm doing a day in the life of my life and some pest control. What it's like to be a solo owner operator for now. I didn't want to do the whole wake up and have you watching me brush my teeth or take my vitamins or anything like that. So I didn't do any of that. But the first thing I do in the morning is I do all that stuff. Obviously, I brush my teeth. I shave every other day, and then I make sure I get my vitamins. I take my drinks, my protein shake, all that good stuff. Have a good routine for all that, and then you'll see here in just a little bit, I kind of start loading my truck up, getting everything ready, and then I head to my first stop. Today's schedule is, I think it's like 10 stops, all regular, so there's really nothing out of the ordinary. It's mostly just general pest control. I'm gonna come knock all those out. Y'all follow me, come with me, and while I do this, I'll show you what it looks like whenever I get all these stops done. I'll show you a little bit of the service that I do, things like that. But I didn't want to do all the stuff. You didn't need to see me kissing my wife goodbye. So stay tuned. Hopefully you enjoy the video. If there's anything you guys want to see, let me know. But until then, enjoy. Alrighty, pulling up to my very first stop of the day. Park right here in front of the home. They're scheduled for 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. Go ahead and check in and let's get to going. All right, and so now I've already talked to the customer. I let them know I was here, let them know what I would be doing, asked if there were any specific questions or concerns that they might have. I go around, I make sure to de-web around all the homes that I do, make sure there's no wasp nests. This house is really clean. Sorry for the movement. That's my Ray-Bans. I'm making sure that I don't trip over anything, but this is just me going around, getting all that stuff done. Fast forward a little bit, I got the entire house done. Now I'm filling up my backpack. I just filled it up with product, and now I'm going to add some water. One of the best things that I love is having this little slip-on nozzle. Slip it right on, fill up my backpack, quick and easy. Perfect tool. You guys need to get this for sure. It takes me no time, and then it's not the customer's home or the hose that I'm using, and it's not all up against the brick. Right here, I've got the Flow Zone multi-nozzle tip. I like to do it at 110 degrees. You see me, you're just putting the backpack on. And then right here is just me treating the home. You can see that it's a little bit fine. Not the 25 degrees that comes with the Flow Zone. This one has 25, 40, 110. It has a cone, and then it also has a 0 degree, so you can reach higher spots on the home. But I use the 110 right here, and it's great. Great coverage, great particle size, and I just love it. I use this even if I'm not, if I don't have my Tomahawk, I can use that for mosquitoes as well as the cone nozzle. So it's a really great tip. Another tool that I recommend you guys have, just so you don't have to replace multiple tips. It's an all-in-one. The one downside is it doesn't really fit in the holder, so I take it out after every serviced and just put it in the little placeholder and store it on the backpack. But yeah, that's what I'm using here, and this is me just doing a general service on the outside. This is what I do. Once I get done with my de-webbing and then I get through with my actual liquid application, I walk the yard. I do a front and backyard perimeter granulation. This is a really big yard, so they understand that I don't do the entire yard, but I create a good barrier around the home, and I go out, a good distance. So I also walk the yard to make sure there's no fire ant mounds, anything like that. But I mean, my service is super, super simple. De-web, spray, granulate, and then we're good to go. You'll see in just a second. I'm done. All right, I just finished up with that one. Now I'm headed over here. 4 minutes away. All right, it is now 1 o'clock. I am done with 9 of my 10 stops. I've got one more I'm going to be doing here in just a little bit on the way home. But before we do that, we actually got to go pick up a few things of products. So you guys get to come with me while I go do that. I said we because I went home for lunch to grab some food, and I picked up a stray.
What's up, y'all?
That's the big dog right there. But yeah, so I've got some help. I got someone to de-web and knock down some spider webs for me. He already killed it for me for a few stops, and like I said, now we're headed to a town not too far away. Just gotta go to Georgetown. Gotta go pick up some products, say what's up to my mentor Butch, and then come back, knock out the last stop, and then get home. I'll show you how I finish up the day, so stay tuned. All right, so I just left Allstate Pest Control. This is my mentor Butch here in Georgetown. He's the man, the myth, the legend right here. I just needed to get a few things, to be completely honest. I got a couple gallons of Bifin, some Teco Pro, some more glue boards. It wasn't much, but a few things I needed, so I got it. And hopefully it's not too bad right here, because usually the camera's flipped around. But yeah, just finished up with everything else. I've got one more stop that we're gonna go knock out, and then after that, like I said, I'll kind of show you a breakdown of what the day looked like, and you can see what it was for me. So stay tuned in for a few more minutes. All right, guys, this is the view real quick. So you can see today's the 8th. We got 10 appointments. The green is just when they confirmed. They all confirmed though. And then like you see it from 8 o'clock all the way to 1 o'clock. And the great thing about it is, because it says 11 miles, there's no way that all this was 11 miles. That's really just going back and forth. But it was all within 2 miles of each other, half a mile even. I mean, and so the most driving that I did today came from whenever I went to Georgetown, and as you can see real quick, that was today's value. So 10 stops, today's value. All right, now, well, let me just exit out. So now you can see tomorrow for the 9th, I am just going in here, going to my job pool, and I am going to add a few of the stops that I need to get done tomorrow. Let's schedule that one. Schedule that at 9. It's a monthly service. That's time, schedule. And then the great thing about field routes is, I know you can't see too well, but I can just hit that, send the SMS. Oh, so this one is just email. Sorry, this is a new, bigger account that I just got. And then this gentleman I'm going to schedule him right over here. Bi-monthly schedule. And see, the great thing about, field routes is, you come in here, you add your day, then the job pool, and then it just brings up all of the accounts that need to get serviced this month, or that are due for service. So I've got those two, and then just a little bit of that. I'm not gonna do everything. I'm gonna finish doing this, and then I'll finish up with my video. I just wanted to show y'all a quick little rundown of that. And so that right there is for less or more or less, that's really a typical day. It's usually anywhere between 7 to 10 stops, not always 10. And again, these are all my customers that I got through Facebook. All of these were actually through Facebook, except for one of them. He was a switch over, but that's pretty much typically how my day goes. You saw me do some of the services, and then after that, let me see, I went to Georgetown, town over, just 25 minutes away. I went and picked up some new product that I needed, talked to my mentor for just a little bit, and then I made it back, and I went and did a quick touch up for a mosquito service. During and between the stops, my office is actually in my son's room, so excuse the mess back there. That just goes to show how for lack of a better word, amateur. It's all brand new to me. So I've got my setup right here, as you can see, even my podcast mic, or my video mic. But then behind me, you've got my son's little arcade. So but that's what it's like in the beginning. Anyways, so something else, that I didn't get on camera, things that I did today. I made, I had gotten a lead through my website. I reached out to them. I sold that one. And then so let me just rewind real quick. I got the lead off of, off Google. I sold that one. And then somebody posted in a Facebook group, and who, asking for who people use for pest control. Me, I don't really wait for anything. I don't sit there and say, oh, it's me, call me. I reached out, he messaged back, and, he asked me about my services. I explained everything, gave him a price, boom. So I made 2 sales today on top of the 10 services that I did. And then on top of that, I asked all of them for reviews, as well as, sending my referral link out to everybody that they know and posting it on their Facebook. Hopefully they do that. Yesterday, I made an announcement that I would be giving away a pair of Meta Ray-Bans to the community around here for the most, whoever sent the referrals. I actually got 6 referrals sent in because of that. A few of them, they just weren't interested. I didn't talk to one, or 2 of them weren't interested. I didn't talk to one, but out of those 6, 3 of them, 50%, were extremely interested, and I'm going to be following up with them. They all wanted service. They just wanted to talk to their significant others and let them, just run it by. I don't do the hard selling. I just let them know. And then, at the latest, I'll follow up tomorrow and try to get those taken care of. Sorry, as I'm making this, I have somebody who just texted me asking about my pricings and things like that. So, it's slowly but surely it does grow. Sorry, man, my hand was... I'm not used to holding the phone for the videos. But yeah, and then you saw me scheduling right now. Again, I'm not trying to do anything too crazy. That's my route for today. And then that's my route for tomorrow. There's a big gap because one of those is an apartment that I'm doing. But yeah, I'm just... It was a solid day. You saw, it was an $1,100 type day. I I've got no complaints. It was a solid day. 2 new sales with a bunch of new leads. Shout out to Clicky. I'll be making a video again very soon. One thing that I've gotten pretty decent at is just selling and using Facebook, leveraging Facebook and using it to my advantage. It's been really helpful with me to help me grow my business. So I will go ahead and be making a video of that very, very soon. Just, again, talking about what you can do on Facebook. I've made those videos in the past, but as I just see Facebook posts every day, and I see stuff just every single day, and it just makes me think of things that I want to talk about, and then things that I am doing that's helped me. And again, all this stuff is it's all free. So yeah, we'll check and see how that goes. What the video goes. I'm going to try and do my best to edit this one. Please don't be too harsh on me, because that's just not what I do. But that all being said, that's a typical day in the life of a confidence pest control owner. It's just me. I do have a routine in the morning. I said I don't do all this stuff of you don't need to see me. Everybody gets up and they brush their teeth. They put their pants on one leg at a time. That's me. That's what I did. But then I focused on getting all my services done, and then just asking them to spread the word. I'll try to continue to make as many videos and as much content as I can. I want to provide you with as much value as I can. Some of you asked about the truck, so I'll go ahead and make that truck video very soon, as well as the Facebook video, because I think those are two that can be very beneficial. But other than that, man, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for taking a ride with me today. I hope you get some type of value from it. At the very least, hopefully it's a little entertaining. But again, thank you as always for supporting me, for supporting the show. I hope that you are enjoying and finding value. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then share it with somebody you know. That's one of the things that can help me grow, and all that just does is make me want to continue to make videos. So one last time, thank you all so much. Keep getting out there, keep growing those businesses, grinding, and more than anything, as always, take care and stay confident.